Summer, 1996. A quiet community in Osaka, Japan, is about to face a public health nightmare. It started in the schools, a severe food poisoning outbreak that swept through the classrooms. Tragically, the illness claimed its 10th victim when a 12-year-old girl passed away a month after eating a contaminated school lunch. The culprit? A particularly nasty strain of bacteria, E. coli 0157. It was virulent, elusive, and deadly. Across the region, more than 6,000 children fell ill. The story even made headlines in the Los Angeles Times. A massive investigation was launched, spanning months. Authorities conducted countless tests, inspections, and interviews, but they couldn't pinpoint the source of the contamination. Nothing obvious turned up in the suspected produce or in the school kitchens where the lunches were prepared. One of the prime suspects was raw vegetables, specifically radish sprouts. Officials publicly named the sprouts as a likely source, and chaos erupted. Markets panicked, consumers were terrified. Farmers, whose livelihoods were now on the line, protested, insisting their produce was safe. But repeated testing found no trace of 0157 in the sprouts, the water they were grown in, or their packaging. The controversy just kept escalating. The social fallout from the outbreak was devastating. Schools were forced to implement much stricter food handling rules. In the community, fear bred suspicion, and families started eyeing their neighbors with distrust. Children who recovered from the illness faced cruel stigma, being called bacon, the Japanese word for bacteria, by their own classmates. The discrimination even spread to the workplace, where employees with sick children were treated differently, simply for being connected to the outbreak. Political pressure was mounting. Japan's health ministry tried to defend its early statements, arguing that naming the sprouts was just a starting point for the investigation, not a final accusation. But for the farmers, the damage was already done. All the while, the bacteria continued its silent spread. New cases popped up, more people were hospitalized, and the fear grew stronger. Investigators found a crucial clue: 3 separate outbreaks, at a school, a nursing home, and a company cafeteria, were all linked by the identical DNA pattern of the same 0157 strain. But even with this breakthrough, they couldn't trace that strain back to a single definite source. The case exposed just how fragile our food safety systems can be, and how, in a crisis, uncertainty and fear can multiply even faster than bacteria. Even after the 10th death, no single source was ever concretely identified. The tragedy left behind more questions than answers. Who was truly responsible? How could such a widespread contamination evade detection for so long?